Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mummy's Mask. In our last session, our group of adventurers returned to Wati proper from their exploration of the Tomb of Akhentepe, the first location granted unto them to explore by the Grand Mausoleum of Pharasma. It was a relatively solid expedition, granting you all a pretty hefty amount of wealth that you have since traded away and sold in order to gain value, giving everyone a pretty hefty sum, a little over a dozen gold pieces a pop, more than enough to keep one hale and hearty for quite some time. The one thing you have not sold yet was that large stack of documents and correspondence that you found, since Apulo, you had mentioned potentially wishing to take some time at some point to actually go through that and add the history of the tomb and what you could find from it to your own documents. That has
Yep.
not been sold, but when you guys do take the time to sell it, it should be worth quite a pretty penny for you.
Excellent.
Following that, you tried to get feelers out for the member of the Church of Pharasma who had sold you some information about the tomb before you first entered. Unfortunately, it seems you were not the only group of adventurers he double-crossed in exchange for coin, and someone else had beaten you to the punch, leaving the priest heavily injured and the adventurers that attacked him imprisoned, both for attacking a member of a church and bribery, as was officially declared by them for their reasoning. So, perhaps you'll get your chance to get revenge on him in the future, but for now, he is inaccessible to you. So instead, you just decided to pick up your second location, the what should be a medium-sized location for you to go and explore, and you were granted the house of a minor nobility from the time of the Plague of Madness. You weren't exactly sure to whom the house would belong, the church having no information in regards to this property, aside from what they possessed on Akhentepe. And so you spent the rest of the afternoon doing some additional research, trying to figure out whose home you might be entering in which to prepare yourselves best. And between inquiries at both the Sandswept Archives and the Sanctum of Silver and Gold, you did manage to learn that this belonged to the family Pentheru, minor nobility that should have its, or would have had, its own land to grow crops on, but unfortunately did not flee during the plague and succumbed to its terrors. Upon returning back to the Tooth and Hookah to rest for the night, you did spend a little bit of time in the company of a number of other adventuring groups who had also finished their initial explorations during the day and were showing off, bragging about some of the things they had found, where they had been assigned, and just generally building camaraderie. While you didn't really share any information about your own explorations, you did manage to get at least some superficial information about half a dozen or so other adventuring groups that are active in the region at this point in time. Eventually, though, you retired for the night, preparing to get up bright and early the following morning, such that you could continue your investigations and begin your research into the House of Pentheru. And that is where you currently find yourselves, having entered through the front gate and dealing briefly with what seemed to be a vision of the past, and fighting a massive centipede that was nesting in the old outdoor bath, pool, whatever it entirely was. You have now entered into the building through its western doors, seeing a parlor with stairs leading up to the second floor that is pretty heavily damaged. A large, what would have once been an inner garden with a skylight up on the ceiling above to the east of you, and a perhaps dining room to the north, a much more grisly scene with what looked to be a number of skulls currently resting in silver goblets atop the two tables. As you began to make your way into this northern room was when a voice called out to you, seemingly coming from the garden, asking for a moment to speak with you.
Alright.
Which way was the garden? This way?
Yeah, that would have once been the garden. It's a sort of tiled walkway surrounding a square patch of just earth and sand. It's a very large and open atrium. You can see a balcony up on the second floor that overlooks it, and the skylight in the ceiling. There's a column in each corner of the room. The walls are decorated with symbols and hieroglyphs, primarily depicting animals, some celestial creatures, and the sun and moon as well. And you can see sort of the decayed remains of what would have been plants here that have just long wasted to nothing.
Do I see, or do we see a figure here?
Give me a perception check.
And was the voice speaking in ancient Osiriani or modern?
Modern Osiriani.
Okay. Okay.
Ysir, you do not see any figures or anything, only the sand in the garden shifting slightly under a, I'll let you think about it, non-existent breeze.
Warren, where are you coming from? Where do you need assistance?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I would like to draw my spear.
Sure. You watch as a chunk of the sand in the middle courtyard sort of slowly begins to climb upon itself, building into the figure of a relatively beautiful looking Osirian woman in sort of ancient garb, the sand creating sort of checkered headdress along a full gown, a couple of bracelets along the wrist, and a very well-defined face. My apologies, it has been far too long since I have taken on a human form.
Are you not human? No offense, just interesting way of phrasing that.
None taken. I am, quite frankly, a spirit of this house, long its caretaker, and unfortunately left all on my lonesome these many moons.
Were you a inhabitant of the house?
I was, you could say. I was very much a caretaker. I've always inhabited this form. I am of the walls and of the dirt. I am, you could even say, perhaps the house itself, given consciousness.
Well, thank you for allowing us to be here. We meant no intrusion, but we are explorers, and we're curious about the house and its history and the people who lived here.
But of course. How is the outside world? Unfortunately, my eyes do not see beyond the bounds of this building, and so I am woefully unaware of the goings-ons.
Do you mean in the immediate area or further out?
Whatever you'd be willing to share. I am, well, I'd say that the family who lived here before were insatiably curious, and that rubbed off on me a bit as well. So I've always thirsted for knowledge, and unfortunately I haven't been able to gain any for so long, so I would love if you would spend some time and converse with me.
Yeah,
Well,
it would be our pleasure. We'd love to learn from you as well. Maybe
Absolutely.
trade some information.
Of course. Be happy to answer what I can.
Well, much has changed since the inhabitants were last here. There unfortunately was a terrible plague, and much in the city is not what it once was. Pardon me. The city has grown up and is enlarged and is a very well thought of noble city, but it is definitely different than when the inhabitants were here. Are the inhabitants still in the house?
Unfortunately, no. Family who lived here, you mentioned a plague there. Unfortunately, there was one, and it took the lives of all those who lived here.
did they have a proper burial?
The family did, that I'm aware of. But some of the guards fought to their last breath.
Oh, that must have been awful.
I have no idea.
The plague didn't affect you at all, though?
Thankfully, no. But
Oh,
to
that's good.
sit there and watch as you can do nothing.
What was your relationship with the inhabitants? I know you said you were a caretaker, but were you on good terms? Were you
I was always more one of the silent guardian type of persuasion. Just
Sure.
keeping an eye on everything and watching and learning where I could.
Do you know what binds you here?
That I could not tell you, unfortunately.
Is
Would you
there
like-
currently anyone besides us in the house?
Thankfully, no. The house has been abandoned for so long.
Would I be able to roll, like, recall knowledge on what type of guardian this is?
Sure. Absolutely.
Do you long to be freed, or are you content in this journey?
Well, I've long considered how I might free myself, and I have nothing concrete as of right now, but I would love to get out and see the world. After all, I cannot learn anything new just being cooped up here.
Agreed.
Apollo, you've heard of guardian spirits before. You haven't ever personally come into contact with any of them. They are typically bound to a certain item
Okay.
or construction. You've never heard of one being bound to something so large as a house? Not to say it's impossible, though. Typically, they might be bound to, like, a statue.
Okay. Would it be possible to do this and kind of like put my hand on a couple of the party's shoulders and kind of share that information not out loud?
Sure, absolutely.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll kind of just pass that along a little bit.
It's cool.
Have you always been tied to this house, or was there a time where you were someplace else?
I came into being when this house was constructed. I've been here ever since it was built.
Do you know who constructed it? Maybe we would be able to find some information in one of the town's libraries.
I do not, unfortunately.
No problem.
That's okay.
You said the guards here fought
They did, yes.
to the last. Who were they fighting? There was an apparition at
They
the front
fought.
gates. Was this place under attack?
Yes. The place was stormed, beset by people succumbed to the plague. The guards did their best to fight them off, but did not manage to succeed in the end.
Is there a place in the house where you feel stronger?
I can only construct this physical form for myself when there is viable material nearby. Otherwise, I'm simply confined to watching from the walls. So, I suppose you could say I feel the strongest here.
Would you allow us to look around and search the house and see if there's anything that we can find that maybe is tying you here? You know, we, at least I know for myself, I have a better chance of maybe finding something or something standing out to me than I am just thinking about what it possibly could be.
Perhaps that I would definitely be okay with that. If any of you would like, I would be happy to commune and share my thoughts and experiences of the past with you, such that you may get a better understanding.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Afraid this ability requires a touch, and much as I am able to create the visage of legs, I am not able to.
I'll walk up to her. Put out my hand.
As you put your hand on the sand statue's face, a smile breaks out. Thank you. I haven't fed in so long. The female form begins to melt away, turning into a almost Medusa-like horror of sand with tentacles, its jaw widening into a mouthful of fangs almost as large as its head. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Man, and here I was thinking I wouldn't fall for something like that. But it's not the horror campaign, so there's like a sense of like security.
You thought wrong.
I was about to walk forward when you did, so.
And not a single sense motive check was made.
I know, and I was just about to do that. I was like, "Ah."
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was running with the mic issues for the first couple minutes.
Oh, no.
Apologies for that. All right.
You're
Sorry.
just in time for things to go wrong. Ysir, as the figure drops this form, you are able to react quicker than they are. However, at the start of your turn, something about this creature's presence begins to erode at your mind. Your eyes begin to feel heavy, and you struggle to stay awake. I need a will save at the top of your
Good
turn.
thing I'm good at those. Oh, whoops, my bad. Well, I failed. Probably.
There's a button in chat.
I
Good sir.
didn't see it when I clicked. Sorry.
A 16 is a failure. I will leave it up to you if you would like to hero point that or not.
I will.
Okay.
I'm just gonna remove that and then
Yeah, perfect.
I will click it this time.
Sure. Much better. You feel this sort of effect begin to erode away at your wakefulness, but you quickly snap yourself out of it, shake yourself awake a little bit, and that drowsiness just vanishes.
Should have known. Well, I will go ahead and I'll go into Talon stance here.
Okay.
Go, and I shall strike. Let me actually target her.
That is absolutely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. As you strike into the creature, it is entirely made out of sand, and you feel the sand part as your talons glide through it, resisting the damage you deal to it. It seems like it has some sort of resistance to slashing damage.
Then I will step away.
Okay. Sounds good. Apulo, that's going to bring us to you, and similarly to Ysir, as you start your turn in proximity to this creature, there is this overwhelming calm that makes you feel the need to take a rest. I need a will save from you. You are fine.
All right. I would like to cast a spell.
All right. I suppose that's accessible or allowable. Bane. Okay.
Looks like I need to be a little bit closer, right?
It's a 10-foot emanation, so yeah, the aura starts at only 10 feet.
Oops.
And I don't know why they broke the spell, and it doesn't have the aura in it anymore. There we go. There's the Bane aura.
Okay.
If you are there, she will not quite be in it. There you go. She'll go ahead and give a will save here. I'm sorry, but with a natural 20, she will be unaffected by your Bane's effect.
Yep. Well, that was a Bane's a 2 action, and I moved, so that is it for me.
All right. Nekepso, that's going to bring us to you. Once more, starting your turn in this creature's aura, I'm going to need a will save from you.
I will use Charmed Life.
Sounds good. Give yourself that +2 circumstance bonus. Very nice.
Okay.
And you are perfectly fine.
All right. We're gonna target her. will attempt to perform.
That is not going to beat out her DC.
Do I want to hero point that? Yeah, sure.
A much better roll that will grant you your panache.
All right, I have panache. So move here and I'll use a finisher on her.
Okay, why not?
So I'll turn that on. And attempt to strike with my dancer's spear.
Go for it.
Shit.
That will just barely miss.
Okay. I guess she'll take 2 damage, is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Sure. Deal half your precise strike damage to the target.
But your precise strike damage is 2 right now, so it should be 1. Correct?
Okay. Let's see. Precise strike. Deals 2 additional precision damage. If the strike is part of a finisher, the additional damage is 2d6.
Yeah, so it should be half of 2d6.
So it's half of 2d6? All right.
Yep, and it looks like if you click that precise strike damage, it will roll 2d6 on the finisher. Look at that. Foundry automation, everyone.
Love it.
At
Oh,
its
nice.
finest. All right.
Is it also
Similarly-
resistant to piercing?
Similarly to how it resisted Ysir's claws, it does seem that this creature resists some piercing damage as well. Not all of it, but it does not take the full damage that you would expect to deal to it.
So it seems slightly more effective than claws, or
About the
slashing?
same. It looks to
Okay.
be perhaps about resisting 3 damage out of piercing and slashing, respectively.
Okay. That's my turn. Throw some water on her or something.
That's so rude. Why would you do such a thing like that? That is going to bring us to its turn, I should say. It does not have the Bane effect since it did succeed at its save. Unfortunately, Foundry cannot put like an immunity to the effect granted by the aura, which is really annoying.
If she's not gonna, never mind.
I'd say keep it on you just in case. You never know if something else is going to appear.
Sure.
And I can just turn off the Bane -1 that it causes to them.
Cool.
Let's see. I really should have my dice out to determine who I wish to kill. Let's get that going today. And let's see who I wish to be violent towards. They are going to just directly step forward since you are the only one who has injured you so far, Nekepso, and you can see their arm begins to lose definition as an arm, uncoiling into just tendrils of sand that are going to try and wrap around you and crush you.
Okay.
They are going to miss, though. And they did not step to be in range with anyone else, so they're just going to try one more time against you. The dice are not on their side either. Just failing to get a grasp on you at all. Rialt, that's going to bring us to your turn.
Okay.
And similarly, before you do anything, I do need that will save against that sort of drowsiness inherently in the air.
Oh, I'm kind of sleepy. Let me see if I can kind of kick myself in the foot.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help. Oh, no.
Oh, you got
No.
your hero point back.
The good news
yeah,
is you
I'm
get that hero
taking
point
that.
back. The
Yeah,
bad
yeah, there
news
we go.
is you all watch Rialt collapse to the ground as he falls asleep.
I'm just gonna take a nap. It's,
Rielt
I'm so
decides
tired.
the fight's not worth it.
You guys got this. I'm fine.
And because of the timing, I'm very sorry, Rielt, you do not quite have the chance to wake up yet.
That's
For
okay.
those of you unaware, waking someone up from unconscious isn't very difficult if they're above 0 hit points, of course. Any amount of damage will heal or will wake them up. Any amount of healing will wake them up. If you're next to them, you can use an interact action to shake them awake. And alternatively, Riel, at the start of your turn, you will be able to make a perception check to try and wake up.
Okay.
Shay, that's going to bring us to you, though. And very similarly, let's see if you fall asleep as well.
I can't wait to find out.
Oh, you're fine. Don't forget there's
Yeah.
a button in chat that you can use. to
Oh,
roll.
sorry about that.
No
yeah, that
worries.
would probably be more helpful. All right. Can Renan also do the interact action to wake Rield up? Like if I did the commands.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, though, I am also going to need Renan to give me that will save versus falling asleep.
Oh, that's not necessary. Oh, shoot. Of course I would roll myself that time.
Your
Oh,
save
no,
is
never
the
mind,
exact
it's 1
same,
second.
and Renan is
Perfect.
fine.
Nice.
All right.
You're good.
All right. Excellent. Well, I can't do 2 of those at the same time. All right. I will go ahead and use one of my actions to command Renan, who will go ahead and move over. Oh, there's a wall there. 1 second. 1, 2, 3. To fly over here,
Sure.
and we'll just land on Riel and kind of like cover like nose and mouth so he can't breathe for a second and startles awake.
It's a rude way to wake him up.
A gentle wake up.
Yeah. Why am I on the ground?
Renee cannot talk today. Apologies.
Oh,
So just kind of side eyes you.
no, I'm sorry. I'm on the ground.
Just looks up. And then I am going to go ahead and. All right, physical damage isn't working. I'm gonna try the daze, I guess. See how that works.
See how some mental damage does?
We'll see if it does anything.
Sure. They're gonna fail. They'll take the full damage.
All right. Oh, and it's a max damage roll.
6
Six.
points of mental damage. They're absolutely gonna take that fully.
All right. That is all I got.
All right. Then Ysir, we're back to you. You are immune to this creature's aura of drowsiness at this point, so you do not have to make another save against it here.
I can go through, correct?
If you want to move through an opponent, you have to try and tumble through them. And if you're looking to get flanking that way, you need 30 feet of movement to go around them. You would need 30 to go through them also, because even a successful tumble through will have them count as difficult terrain.
I will. Ah, that's why. Space that I wanted to occupy, someone was there. We will then. We'll try to see if Divine Lance will work on it.
Sounds good.
Does it have a spirit?
Does it have a soul? Let's find out together, shall we? Woo! 23 is absolutely gonna hit.
Alright. Let's see here.
Alright, 7 points of spirit damage. They are going to take it all.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
Alright, Apulo, that brings us to you.
Sorry. The silver skulls in the goblets, are those in the four corners here, or are those pillars?
Those are pillars. The skulls and the
Okay.
goblets are in the dining room to the northwest of you.
Okay. Well, I will use an action to sustain my spell.
Sure, increase its aura.
Yep.
Boop.
Thank you. And then I will. No, I can't do another concentration spell, can I?
You can.
Will it break this concentration?
Nope. No,
Oh.
Pathfinder doesn't quite work like 5e. Concentration as a trait doesn't really mean anything unless you're playing a barbarian.
Okay.
Because they can't use concentrate actions while they're raging, typically.
Someone
Cool.
might react to you taking a concentrate action.
Yes, there are certain
It's rare.
reactions that'll trigger on concentrate.
Okay.
But as long as you have the actions to sustain multiple spells if they need sustain, you can do whatever you want. And a lot of
Yeah,
spells will
so-
just last
so
duration.
cool.
You can stack buffs in this game. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's not bad.
Okay, Infectious Enthusiasm. Bit of a weird spell. So you get to choose, are you gaining the attack roll, will save, or charisma-based skill check bonus?
Does that choice affect everybody else if they want to take it too, or can
It
they
will.
refuse it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you have to, when you cast a spell, you choose which of those bonuses you want, and then anyone else who uses an action to gain the effect as well will gain whatever effect you chose.
Okay. I will do will then.
Okay, if you drag the spell effect onto your token, it will actually give you the option of which one you want. It's pretty neat. And so for the rest of you, before Pulo's start of his next turn, any of you, if you would like, can take a single action to gain that +1 status bonus to will saves for a turn.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
And that is 3 actions for me.
All right. Nikepso, that brings us to you.
All right. Huzzah!
Stab.
I was trying to tumble through,
Oh!
but I
That
can't
w-
roll for shit.
Just barely fail.
Okay, so no panache for this. I'm not gonna spend a hero point trying to. Okay, what do?
Commit targeted acts of violence on sand.
Yeah, I guess I'll just stab her.
Why not? Nothing's stopping you.
All
A
right.
21 there will hit.
Damage, 3 damage, or nothing.
Unfortunately, not going to be able to pierce its defenses.
Anyone ever tell you you have a coarse personality? I'm gonna bon mow.
I was going to say, are you bon mowing me?
Yes.
Because that was really good.
That's so rude.
Is there an action for bon mow?
Yeah,
Or just...
you put it in chat there. There's actually a diplomacy button right there that you can click, and it makes the diplomacy check
Okay.
for it.
Come on. Damn it.
They just
Um,
look at you as you call them coarse.
eh,
It's been so long since I've heard a good joke.
I've tried. Pass.
Bringing us back to this sand figure. Attacking you didn't go so well for them. So they're going to pivot over, seeing Rialt on the ground. No, this is cruel. I'm not going to do that to Rialt.
That's all right. You could try.
I mean, if you say so.
You could try. What am I gonna do?
Get punched.
Okay.
Ooh, they don't have the Bane penalty. That's a crit then, being a 26. So,
Okay. All
it's
right.
26 damage to you.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh my. Oof.
And,
Oh,
Rialt.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Will save, please.
Oh, can do. Did
As
you just pinch me to sleep? No. you
this
did
time
not.
you managed to resist being put to sleep.
Okay, good.
As the creature just wraps around you on the ground and begins crushing your flesh. It doesn't feel like you're being crushed, though. It's like you've just put on a nice warm blanket in a cool night's air. It feels comfortable for the briefest of moments before you snap yourself out of it and prevent yourself from falling asleep once more.
Okay.
Seeing that and thinking you might fall asleep, they're going to turn and try and slap at you once more, Nikepso. Make sure I actually turn off the Bane effect here. And a 19, I believe, just barely hits unless you have a reaction here.
Just have charmed life.
That's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
All right. Good damage roll still. 13 points of bludgeoning damage to you. Rialt, that's going to bring us back to you, though, as you do manage to remain awake, heavily injured as you are.
I'm gonna stand up.
Sure.
I'm gonna raise my shield.
Oh, there you go. Real quick, Nikepso, I forgot to ask you for it as well. Could you give me a will save when you get struck?
Oh, I'm not immune to it yet?
You're immune to the aura's save. This is something on hit.
Okay.
This person just likes putting people to sleep.
Right.
Don't question why.
I shall react and use charmed life.
Sure.
Here we go.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
So for my third action, I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm actually gonna move.
I suppose that's allowable.
Okay.
Just go hide around the corner.
I'm gonna go hide around the corner so I take a potion, and then I'll be back.
There you go. Not a bad idea at all. Shay, that brings us to you.
Shay is regretting not having damage things, but is going to do the opposite of damage. I'm going to pull out just a bundle of herbs and kind of like blow the air towards Rialt. I'm going to cast Soothe.
Oh, very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, I feel like you might need it. I also give a +2 bonus to saves against mental effects.
Oh,
I don't know if the
nice.
sleep thing is a mental effect or not, but I thought it might help.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
10 health back. Very, very nice.
All right, and then for my third action, I'm going to stare at this thing disapprovingly with an evil eye.
Oh, that's so rude. Why would you do such a thing?
Because it's trying to put everyone to sleep, and if everyone's asleep, then I don't know, I'd have to do more. I don't want to do that.
Nice.
All right, I'll give it that will save. It is going to succeed, unfortunately. It
Alright.
seems like its mental defenses are pretty strong.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got. So, and they're not moving, I think.
All right, Yasir, we're back to you.
Which way did you run, Rialt?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're behind the wall.
Yeah, just moved around the wall.
Oh, it's difficult terrain, huh? I know.
Moving through an enemy is difficult terrain if you roll accordingly. Moving through allies is not.
Here.
All right.
then I'm going to cast a heal.
Okay.
Thank you.
You re-alt in the fight.
2 action versus living.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
thank you.
And that is
Okay.
my turn.
All right, Apula, we're back to you.
All right. I will start off with another spell.
Okay. What are we casting? Ah, the Hymn of Healing.
I'll
Very
give that
nice.
to Nikepso.
Very nice. Go ahead and grab that spell, Nikepso.
Right.
And then not super effective, but maybe every little thing. Well, I will also give Nikepso some guidance.
Sounds good.
I'm
Ooh,
immune to
Kepso's
that
immune
from
to
last
that.
time.
Ah, just kidding.
For another half hour or so.
In that case, I will just take a shot.
Okay.
Oops, I did target it. I'm sorry.
You did not. No worries. A 13 will not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. Nikepso, that brings us to you as you regain 2 health. Automatically.
Okay.
You gain 2 temp HP, technically.
Fast healing gives me 2 real, right?
Yes, actually, you gain fast healing 2 and gain 2 temp HP.
All right.
You gain 2 temp HP when he sustains, and you gain the fast healing at the start of your turn.
Trying to make it easier for Riel to rejoin the fight. So we'll try to tumble through again.
Okay.
Hopefully roll better than last time.
There you go. That is an exact
okay.
success.
All right.
Nice.
So I gained panache because all swashbucklers do when they tumble through.
We love swashbucklers.
That's a good time to mention. I took the acrobat dedication,
Wahoo.
so I do not treat difficult terrain
Oh, very
for
nice.
going through enemies.
That is only when you critically succeed at your tumble through.
Oh, it is. Wow. Worse than I thought, but okay. Confident finisher.
It does also auto increase your acrobatics proficiency, which is quite
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I am an expert now in that.
Anything that makes you an expert at level 2 at something's pretty great.
Yep. Here we go. Alright, that time I
19
hit.
hits.
Go to damage. Precise strike is off, but precise strike 2d6 is on. That's good. Here we go.
That's some good damage. All right.
So she takes 9. I can no longer attack this turn. I guess I could dance to get panache back. People are seeming to be targeting her will, so actually that'll help me next turn too, won't it? If I dance.
If you dance, that'll give you panache.
Well, I just meant, does their will, like when they're bond modded, does their will DC go down too, or is it just
does,
to their
yes.
stays? Okay.
Yeah, Bonmo reduces their perception and will saves / DCs.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to Bonmo her again.
Sure. Did you just regular failed last time, correct? It was not a crit fail?
Yeah, it was a regular
Okay.
failure.
Perfect.
Nope.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I'll also
Okay.
give you guys a reminder. You saw that Nikepso succeeded on a tumble through on a 16. That means that's against their reflex DC, which is 10 plus modifier. So that should
Yeah.
give you an idea that the reflex save is probably pretty low.
That's my turn.
All right, we are back to them. They saw a lot of magic going on there. Ooh boy, where do they wish to move to? Who would they like to hit? Think they are going to use one action to move to here with a step. Actually, they're going to stride to here, not a step. So they can get in range of multiple people. And their first target is going to be you, Ysir. With a strike.
Crit again.
I forgot to turn off the Bane again, I'm sorry.
Unfortunate.
A much lower roll, though, is only going to deal 18 damage to you, Ysir.
Oof.
You do,
Ah.
however, need that will save. Oh, you're
Christ.
fine. That is going to end their turn, though. Rialt, we're up to you.
Only I get to decide when I sleep.
Right. It has partial cover if I attack from where I am, right?
From where you are, I would say it will have lesser cover just because you're attacking around the corner.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a 5-foot step,
Perfect.
target it. I think when I fell asleep, I probably dropped my Kopesh, right?
I do not follow the rules of dropping everything in your hands on unconscious.
Okay, so I have my Kopesh.
My fights are difficult enough as is.
I'm going to make a strike with the Kopesh. Oh.
Let's
How about
retcon that. You did drop it. How about that?
How about that?
20 points of damage. Wow, that's going to hit hard.
And I'm going to raise my shield.
Okay.
I'll be like, get behind me.
You strike into them, and they're going to get injured pretty badly by that. Shay, we're back to you.
Alright. Shay doesn't like being here. We're gonna move. Let's see, where am I not gonna get cover from? Yeah, we're gonna move back here. Bravely. I don't like that.
An
Alright.
interesting
That
choice.
That was me going, I don't know.
Oh, I thought we came from. Oh no, we came from back. Oh,
You
boy.
came from those doors.
I made a
You
mistake.
trigger the fight with 8 ghouls. Oh no.
Hey there. Don't put
How you
ideas in my
doing?
head.
It's okay. It's probably fine. Lovely. That's a problem for future Shay. But present Shay is going to regret not taking anything that wasn't or that was reflex focused. Boy. Let's try Evil Eye, just because it rhymes.
Sure. Cast it again, see what happens.
Yeah, gotta do that stare. Nope.
Their
Alright.
mental fortitude seems quite challenging for you to pierce.
Yeah. And then I think for my last act, I'm going to get Renan to get to safety as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Fly. I'll have her fly back to me.
Okay.
So, boop, boop, boop.
You don't want to cast Inside Ropes as your last option?
No, I figure I'm gonna be able to see my intestines soon enough.
That's what we like to hear. Ysir, we are up to you.
Stinking ears.
You. Okay.
well, I'll go ahead and pick at it with my talents.
Why not? That's a hit. All right, get some damage off this time as you find enough purchase this time to carve into its form and send some of the sand that makes it up flying away.
Then I will guess the healing. So. Two actual.
Dumping another heal.
Get to myself.
14 health, really good.
Nice.
All right, Apulo, we're back to you.
All right. Well, having heard Fail's kind of, I would like to increase my bane by another 10 feet.
Okay.
Then I will.
You do need to spend an action if you wish to sustain the healing on Nikepso, by the way.
All right, I will use an action to sustain that.
Okay.
And then I'll just take another shot here. Yeah, I forgot to target him again. Oh my god.
Shame. You're
That's what I
missing because
get.
you're not targeting.
That's exactly right.
Once you target, you'll hit, I believe.
Yeah. And that is 3 for me.
All right, Nikepso, we are up to you. Your wounds continue to mend themselves.
Okay, I will move here
Hey, that's rude.
and I think the fighter has a better chance of doing damage than I do, so I will do this.
A trip? That is so rude. You knock my Sandman down.
Nice.
And then with my last action,
I do wish to check, does your Dancer Spear have the trip trait?
do I have to change my grip to one-handed to do this?
I believe
can.
a trip is something that requires a free hand unless your weapon has the trait.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a free action to drop one hand off,
Yeah.
so I just won't be able to stab with it, which I wasn't planning on doing anyway.
All right.
So I'll do that now. Sure. I lean on my spear. And I'll use one for all.
Okay.
So I prep to aid Rialt, and I can use diplomacy to aid this attack roll.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. And I assume you're prepping to aid his attack.
Yes.
So I guess aid actually is not like readying an action. You don't specifically have to say what you're readying them to aid them in doing. That's very fun. They just
swashbuckler, but I do have this ability. So I can't get panache through it. But yeah. Cool.
All right, very, very nice. It is this guy's turn. Rialt, you do have a reactive strike, don't you?
I do. Is he going to stand up?
He is going to stand up if you'd like to make that. Is this where you would like to aid Nikepso?
Yes, while he has.
While he's got the
prone
off
and all
guard?
that stuff. Yes, here's
Got
my
it.
diplomacy to aid.
Oh,
Damn it.
oh okay.
Oh, that's a critical failure?
What is the DC?
I thought it doesn't say.
It should just be a regular DC 15 then to aid.
Yeah.
So that would not be a critical failure. I don't know why it's...
Oh, I think it was comparing my diplomacy check to his DCs because I have him targeted. I don't know.
Perhaps that is designating an ally for 30 feet. This action counts as sufficient preparation to aid that ally. When you use the aid reaction to help that ally, you can roll diplomacy in place of the usual check.
Yeah, I have Rialt targeted, which I think it
I
just
see why
compared
it's saying the DC is higher. It's because of that last line. If you're wit style, if you meet the aid DC or exceed a very hard DC for your level, you would gain panache.
Oh, okay.
So actually, you can gain panache using that even if you're not a wit style. So if you're looking for a 21 there to gain panache, but a 15 just to successfully aid.
Yeah, I didn't.
With that.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately,
hit him.
Rialt still manages to hit, dealing 12 damage. That's going to hurt him pretty bad, but he is going to stand up.
Okay.
He stood up for no good reason. Because he is going to collapse into a pile of sand with his second action, which does make him small. Not changing his token size, but he's going to use his last action to attempt to hide here.
Kind of burrow into the sand or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You all watch as this figure collapses into a pile of sand and starts trying to remain motionless. Considering the fact that all of the sand is over in this area in the garden and he's just off of where the rest of the sand is, it's real easy to pick out where he is.
Nice.
It does not look like he thought it through very well. Rialt, we're up to you.
Okay, so let's just see if we can finish him off then.
If it makes you feel any better, this encounter will be ingrained upon our memories.
Shut up! Oh, that's awful.
Quite a fine joke you had.
Oh, that was good.
Any specific way you'd like to finish him off with that bad quip?
I think I just am like, oh, Nikepso, and I just like slam my the fish down.
Strangely enough, you notice as you cut into it here, in this sort of more fluid almost form made out of just sand, not trying to hold itself to a humanoid shape, it actually doesn't have that resistance to slashing damage that you'd felt with all your previous strikes. You cut into and through it, just bisecting the pile of sand, and it no longer moves.
All right. Oh, that was scary for a moment for everyone.
Yeah, that was intense.
Thank you for helping me not get chopped to bits.
So
Right.
can Hymn of Healing just be maintained for the last 3 rounds, or?
It only has 2 more rounds of activation. Oh no, because
okay.
it's sustained up to 4 rounds, correct?
Up to 4.
Then yeah, it can be maintained for another 3 rounds and heal yourself up 6 more by the time it runs out.
Cool, I'm only at 3 damage, then that's good.
now that we kind of saw what this creature did and trying to drain life energy, can I do another recall knowledge to see if...
See if you can figure out what it actually is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I too would like that.
Yeah, anyone who
I'll
wants to.
roll as well. Ba-da-ba, recall knowledge.
You see you're targeting Nekepso with that recall knowledge.
Oh,
It's okay, the
He's
right,
the son of a
right skill
noob.
is used.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, Apulo, Yasir, Shay, the three of you all now taking a minute after the fight has ended to actually think on it and try and understand what exactly this creature might be. It comes to you. Not a spirit of the house like it tried to play itself to be, more simply a sandman, a type of earth elemental, and typically considered a terror to desert travelers. They have heavy, sort of soporific powers where they put their enemies to sleep and then just kill their unconscious foes. Strangely enough, unlike other elementals, they do not enjoy associating. They are typically very free thinkers and quite curious individuals.
Okay.
But it is mostly just a predator of the earth, effectively.
Well, I don't like...
Search this room.
Don't like that.
Yeah, you want to
Maybe
spend
there's
some time.
something in the sand. I don't know.
Feel free to give me a perception check if you want to search the room.
Take a look. Rialt's gonna stand guard and let the others search.
Sure. Okay. If you're standing guard, Rialt, also give me a perception check.
Okay.
What is going on with the rolls? My goodness. Apulo and Yasir, the two of you digging through the sand, managed to find a number of things. A few mundane things. A crossbow, a decently well-kept set of scale mail, some bolts. You do find a golden token in the form of an Ankh with wings and a sort of angelic visage. As well as a few gold and silver coins, and even one sort of dulled piece of platinum.
Okay, nice.
what amazing. Does the Ankh with wings look like a holy symbol?
It does. Yes. Are you trained in religion?
I sure am.
Yeah. It would be pretty recognizable as the holy symbol of the Dawnflower. But being made of gold, probably worth a little bit. Rialt, keeping a look around, you do notice... Well, for one, there's a couple rooms you guys can see that I haven't yet described to you, so let's go ahead and start with all of those. We'll start with the one to the north, because that's the least interesting. That one appears to be a similar dining room to the one to the west. However, it does not have the plates and goblets and skulls that the larger dining room contains.
Okay.
To the direct east of you, you can see it's a smaller room, but hieroglyphs and images of fantastical beings cover the walls. You can see a small stone shrine against the eastern wall, but dusty and, from what you can see, pretty thoroughly defaced.
Okay.
And to the south, towards the front doors of the mansion, you can see what appears to be brightly colored columns, actually, that have not really faded like the other ones you've seen up until this point. Number of hieroglyphs covering the walls and tiled floors, obscured in a number of places by sort of piles of dust and sand. And a number of what appear to be bones and rusty weapons sort of filling this northern area of the room.
Okay.
It's not like like skeletons, like bones in the shape of humanoids, but more just like piles of miscellaneous bones.
Give me a recall knowledge check real quick, actually. With your understanding, Apulo, and your company's expertise in the past, you would be aware that something like that, those sorts of piles, if they were to animate, they could very easily put themselves together near instantly.
Gotcha. I would definitely relate that to the rest of the party. I would suggest that we check out that room first. I've got a funny feeling about those piles of bones. Maybe everybody get I've seen some stuff in my day, and I got a bad feeling about this. So maybe get your weapons ready, and let's crush some bones.
Okay.
That wouldn't be considered disrespectful to the corpse, the dead and whatnot. I imagine, for sure.
If they start moving,
bets are
I
off.
don't think they're dead.
I suppose you're
Where-
right. Yes.
Which squares are they in?
Dare I answer you? You see,
Yeah.
then okay, all right, here we go.
Oh,
Well, now I
let me
can
go
show
see.
you
Oh,
the
is
easy
that
way.
not where they were? Oh, okay. Well, I misunderstood because there's pinging.
They were here,
thought-
here, and here.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought people were there.
I was gonna go here and attempt to poke
Oh,
one with
that's-
my spear, but
God damn it.
Well,
Oh well.
Let's get them.
here's the thing. Skeletons aren't the only thing you need to worry about in this room.
Oh, okay. good,
As
good.
you
some
see
sort of defense
Pulo,
mechanism.
weapons at the ready, you step in. Yasir, what was it you, I recall, who entered first into the courtyard and heard those voices last time?
Yes.
You hear the voices again. Apulo,
Oh,
you
no,
hear these
not
voices
again.
together, though. Although Apulo... Oh, you do speak Ancient Osiriani as well. Fantastic. So you understand what's being said. As you hear a woman's voice cry out, "They're inside! Protect the family!" Before another voice shouts in response, "It's too late! Save yourselves!" And screams and the clash of arms begin to fill the air surrounding the two of you. And I need both of you to give me a will save as those three skeletons begin pulling themselves together. And I will need everyone to roll initiative here. Okay. Yasir, would you like to hero point that roll?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Then as these skeletons begin to animate, they might not be the only creatures you all have to deal with here, as Yasir, you will become confused by this effect.
Oh no.
Which means you can only strike or cast offensive cantrips, though I can have you do other things to facilitate an attack, such as drawing
Is
a
it-
weapon.
Would it be offensive towards the creature that I'm striking?
How do you mean?
For Vitality Lash.
It would be. However, I will be determining who you attack.
Ah.
Randomly, at least. I will not be being mean. Every time you take damage, you can attempt a flat check, which is DC 11, so you get about a 50% chance of succeeding to recover from the confusion. I will also say, Apulo and Yasir, the sounds of those screams and fighting is continuing. This does appear to potentially be a haunt of some sort that is causing this confusion in Yasir. But please go ahead and roll initiative, Yasir. The skeletons rolled like ass. Apulo, you're up first. You all were super prepared for skeletons to be here, so you see them beginning to pull themselves together, and they could pretty easily be dispatched if needed. But the sounds of those screams, and you turn and look and can see recognition has abandoned Yasir's eyes. He seems affected in some way by whatever magic is causing those screams.
Is there a way in Pathfinder, can I like slap some sense into him?
You can attack him.
Oh, yeah.
You can make just an unarmed attack against him if you'd like. If you have the free hand for it, I'll give you your unarmed attack back on your sheet, which will typically deal 1d4 plus your strength modifier and damage if you hit.
Wouldn't mine also apply strength modifiers for the? Oh well, I guess it's +0 anyways. But
Yeah.
No, I will.
I'll unpause first. How about that?
Yeah.
That might help.
If you're not a monk, your fist should only deal non-lethal.
Apulo, if you would like a recommendation, instead of infectious enthusiasm, if you're thinking of going for the attack bonus, you do have your courageous anthem. That is only one action and gives just everyone, without them having to use an action, that damage bonus.
Perfect.
That's really just a good thing to constantly have up if you can, because it gives everyone an attack and damage bonus.
Except
I will
for
ask you this.
Yasir.
At the moment, do you consider Yasir an ally?
Yes.
Okay, then Yasir, you do gain the benefits, even if you do not consider him an ally.
that is an effect, though. Jesus. Just the the radiate from him.
Oh, yeah. What a fun animation, right? But everyone can go ahead and grab that Courageous Anthem effect.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, and then I will add the skeleton to myself. Oops, I got to target him first, otherwise I'm not going to hit him.
That would be beneficial. And you just hover over them and hit T to target.
Okay.
All right. That would just barely miss, unfortunately. And I actually forgot to ask you this, Apulo. When you took Undead Slayer, you do become trained in 2 specific undead lores. Which of those did you want?
Is that just like skeleton,
Skeleton, zombie, vampire, mummy, things like that.
I would do vampire and skeleton.
Okay. It would be fitting for the campaign if you wished. Not sure how fitting for your character. Mummy lore would be very fitting.
Let's just skeleton and mummy.
All right. You do also gain your free action at the start of combat that you can do if you see an undead to make a free recall knowledge roll against them if you wish.
Might as well.
Your Slayer's identification. And you actually get a +1 circumstance bonus to the roll. Which, because you've got skeleton lore, you will be able to potentially identify something. So when you make recall knowledge rolls, you ask a specific question about something you'd like to know. It can be just what creature is this or what thing is it. You can also ask for things like what are its highest and lowest saves, does it have any weaknesses, resistances, immunities, what sort of abilities might it have, any passives we should be aware of, things like that are all things you can ask for.
I would go with abilities. You know,
Sure.
Do they seem your run-of-the-mill skeletons, or do they seem like something a little bit extra?
These do look like very run-of-the-mill skeletons from what you can tell. They've got a khopesh in one hand and a short bow on their back. They don't appear to be anything more than just basic skeletons, though.
Okay.
So probably nothing you really need to be worried about except, the rusty weapons they're holding.
Yeah.
And then grabbing a shield after that, that will end your turn overall and bring us to you, Rialt.
Okay, I'm going to move through my ally and go right to there.
Sure.
I'm going to target the one to my north and attack.
I suppose that's acceptable.
Thank you, thank you.
Very, very nice.
Oh, minimum damage. And then I will raise my shield.
All right. You do also notice as you strike into them, they're made of bones. Cutting into them is not the most effective way of damaging them.
Yeah.
So you definitely hurt it, but you just kind of crack a few of the bones it has, more than anything else there.
Got it.
Yasir, you have 3 potential targets with where you are. I am going to ask you to roll a d6 here. We'll say a 1-2 means you're attacking a Pulo, 3-4 is this skeleton, 5-6 is this skeleton, and you'll be making a claw strike.
Oh, I can't choose what I do?
You do not, no. Because otherwise you'd just be doing Vitality Lash.
Glad I gave you that +1.
Yeah? Alright, I guess you do get to choose, technically. It doesn't specify. You don't get to choose what you attack with. So, I will allow a Vitality Lash to be used when you are specifically targeting the skeletons. If you target a Pulo, though, you will be doing something that will actually injure him.
Okay. Works for me.
All right. But I'll go ahead and give that Fortitude save to the one on the bottom right. And he's actually miraculously going to succeed at that. So he'll take half damage here. All right. Taking half damage definitely doesn't resist it in any meaningful way. Begins to suck and destroy the void energy holding the skeleton together and injuring it pretty badly. Go ahead and roll me one more d6. Alright, that's going to hit that guy again. Go ahead and make an actual claw strike this time.
Yep.
Since you only have one action remaining. Very nice, that's a hit. Whew.
Oh, they have finesse, so the other two would also. Oh wait, no, it's the plus. Never mind. Whatever he gave me, the courageous.
Yes. Yeah, Courageous Anthem gives a +1 to hit and damage rolls.
Yeah,
Very
that's awesome.
All right. Shay, that's going to bring us to your turn.
All right. Oh, I feel like piercing's also not gonna be great, but I'm gonna throw a bunch of needles at this this one down here.
Okay.
Casting needle darts.
They are going to have lesser cover because Ysir is in the way.
Is true.
But that'd be true for any enemy being attacked from where you are.
Yeah, I suppose. All right, let's see what happens. Just baby darts. Normal attack. There we go.
That is going to hit because of the Courageous Anthem, allowing you to hit through the cover.
Huzzah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for not hitting me in the back with darts.
I suppose that would have been bad.
That, combined with Ysir's attacks, is going to be enough to shatter this skeleton and send its pieces careening to the ground destroyed.
Oh, well, wonderful. That worked better than I expected. I'm just gonna walk so I can get better sight of the other ones now.
Sure thing.
Keep going. Okay, I can kind of see them all now.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, Nekepso, we're up to you.
Okay. Nothing happened to Riot when he walked in the room? At least not yet.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
You all can hear those screams and the sounds of combat sort of echoing throughout the space from some sort of magic, but the sort of mind-altering effects do not seem to necessarily be persisting. They seem to have only affected when the people shouted out.
Okay. Alright, so it's not on. Alright, then I'll move over here. They're gonna be resistant to my spear, probably, so...
Most likely. They will also have lesser cover hitting through a Putlo.
Oh, alright. I'll move here then.
Okay.
And I guess I'll dance.
Why not?
Have one of them targeted, perform. Jesus.
That will actually somehow manage to just barely fail against these guys.
Not my night on these rolls.
Does not seem that way.
Strike.
Go for it.
For...
That is a hit.
That was discordant voice. Whatever.
I don't know why that's on everyone's sheet, but it should not be turned on.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage just barely is not enough to overcome their resistance to piercing.
And that's my whole turn.
Alright. The skeletons actually get to do something. I'm honestly a little surprised. Starting with this skeleton here. He is going to swing wildly with his Kopesh. Starting with you, Apullo. And he will hit.
Ooh.
For 6 damage. You can block with your shield if you'd like.
Yes.
It will prevent you from casting the spell for another 10 minutes, though, just as an FYI.
That's okay.
Alright, then go ahead and hit block and then damage. Very nice. Does destroy your spell there. And we'll grab that shield immunity for you as well now.
Thank you.
Wish I've got that on my hotbar for all times. Alright, second swing of the Kopesh is going to be against you, Rialt. And
Got
that's
it.
not going to hit.
Nope.
Followed by a claw strike against you, actually, with their free hand.
Okay.
Big whiffs all around. Not managing to do anything. This skeleton right here has many targets he can go after here. And his first strike is going to be against you, Nikepso.
Okay.
Which will not hit. The second strike is going to be against Ysir, the Kopesh, which will not hit.
And I can't do reactions here, right?
You cannot, no.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, you cannot delay, ready, or use reactions while confused. And final strike is going to be against a claw strike against you as well, Ysir, which will not hit. Alright, Apulo, we are back to you.
Alrighty.
Courageous Anthem should run out on everyone here. Yeah,
Let's pop it back up.
sure. Everyone may grab it once more with its updated duration.
Thank you. Thank you.
The guy to the west, I will take a swing at.
Go for it. Oh, goodness gracious.
That is awful.
The dice are not on y'all's sides, it seems.
If I draw my shield, does that count as raising it as well?
No, it does not. You would be using one action to actually set it ready, and then another action has to be used directly to raise it.
Sure. I will take another swing.
Not quite going to be enough, unfortunately. Your
Okay.
attack's just sort of swinging right through the open ribs of the skeleton. And Rialt, that'll bring us to you.
So I'm going to interact to sheathe my Kopesh and draw my flail.
All right.
Raise my shield. And I will target the one to the north again and strike him with the flail. See if that does a little bit better.
That'll definitely be better.
That will definitely be better. Bludgeoning damage, even.
14 points of unresisted damage. That is just going to scatter that skeleton.
Okay. That's my 3.
All right. Ysir, we are up to you, good sir. Go ahead and roll that d6 for me. Your target's 1 to Apulo, 3 for Skeleton, 5, 6 Nikepso. You are only fighting the undead here, good sir.
Even when I'm confused, I know
Even
where.
when confused. All right. And he's probably going to fail this save here. Even better, a critical failure for double damage.
So he's
Oof.
enfeebled to what?
That won't matter here. He's going to take double damage and just die. Would you look at that? He's a skeleton. Skeletons are fun. They typically have very, very low health, but high resistances to piercing and slashing damage. Now, here's the fun thing, Ysir. You are still confused, and that sound of clamor is still going on, causing you to be confused. So, even though the skeletons are all dead, I am going to need you to swing wildly at one of your allies again, as well. Let's say, roll a d4 or d6. The first half will be Apulo, second half will be Nikepso. Apulo's getting hit.
All right.
Where's this? Make the noise stop.
Oh dear.
Oh, gosh.
This is your fault.
Oof.
12 points of damage to you, Apulo. As you watch the skeleton fall, and thinking the fight might be over, you sort of relax your guard, as Ysir then immediately turns and rakes his claws against you.
Ysir, what are you doing?
The noise! Make it stop!
You smell like catnip.
Shay, we're up to you. The fight, quote-unquote, is still ongoing while Ysir is confused here.
Alright.
We don't hear any more noise, right?
You do still hear it.
Oh, Slahan is there.
Yeah, those sounds of, like, spectral combat are definitely still ongoing. It appears to be a haunt of some sort in this room.
Okay.
Alright. Well, maybe it's just this room is the problem. With my giant biceps, I would love to reach in and grab up on Ysir and maybe try to drag them out.
Sure.
Kind of like a grapple move thing.
Yeah, here's the fun thing. We got a great new action in the remaster called Reposition.
That's exactly what I want to
so
do.
If you've got a free hand, you can try and move him. It is going to be an athletics check versus his fortitude DC, and you should have Reposition in your basic action macros.
I will double check, but awesome.
So you just gotta target
let me
him.
find it. Alright, perfect. I am... Come on, let me target my friends. I have to untarget my enemy first.
Do I lose
Alright.
Courageous Anthem now?
You will have it as long as Apulo considers you an ally.
Not after that, I don't.
I'm slippery!
Here's the fun. Ysir, not only do you get to, do you fail that effect, but you drag Shay into the room with you.
Shoot.
Into the
that didn't go-
Thunderdome.
Alright, well, there's only one thing left to do at this point. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try to... you're good at... I think you're good at this, too. I'm gonna try to daze him.
Sure. Go ahead and make that will save. That's a success, which means he will still take half damage, which is enough to trigger that potential overcoming of the confusion. So go ahead and roll damage.
There we go.
And you can take half of that, Ysir. And then go ahead and roll a DC 11 flat check for me.
Alright.
Quite enough, Ysir. The sounds of the fight lead you to believe that this person next to you, this Shay, that's one of those skeletons. They've learned to disguise themselves.
Uh-oh.
Nikepso, you're up.
Down, kitty. Oh my god. Putting my dice in jail did not work.
Did you put your
And
actual
then-
physical dice in jail?
No, I changed my
Oh,
dice to nice settings and it's not working. And then I believe it's 2 actions to try and like disable.
yes, disabling a device is 2 actions if you'd like to try and disable this haunt.
So I guess an ancient Osirion, let's say Anubis, protector of the death. Please hear my voice through my prayers and lay these disquiet spirits to rest. And try like a religion check.
Yeah, go ahead and give me
Yes.
that religion check.
Ugh. No.
Oh, I was on that 20 for a minute. You call out, trying to draw upon the power of the divine to calm these spirits down, to soothe them of their woes. And the sounds of fighting diminish. You may have soothed a few of them, but those sounds of fighting still persist. You have not soothed all of them. This haunt is still active. But that did seem like a way that could definitely do it. Apulo, that's
Okay.
going to bring us to you.
All right. I wasn't here last week, so this is a device we have to stop that's making
So,
noise?
yeah, when it comes to hazards in Pathfinder, they are typically a type of quote-unquote enemy that is more so fought with skill checks than actually attacking them.
Okay.
Haunts are a type of hazard that typically is going to mean spirits are in the area. So oftentimes, you can make a recall knowledge roll if you'd like to try and get an idea of how it could be disabled. If you think you have a good idea, though, you can also just try a skill check. It falls under the disable a device rules, which means it takes 2 actions to attempt. So Nekepso there just tried a religion check to soothe the spirits, which did seem like it might work. He just didn't quite roll high enough.
Sure.
When it comes to haunts, religion to like exorcise or soothe the spirits is almost always an option for success.
Um,
But that is not to say it is the only skill that can be used.
can I give myself guidance and then do a...
Absolutely.
All right.
You can always guide yourself.
And then I will also do religion to try to soothe.
Go for it. Make sure you actually toggle on the guidance when you get your roll dialogue up.
Guidance on... And blind or public?
Public. You may hero point these if you'd like.
I'll hero point that.
Sure.
Oops. Okay. Try this again.
That will be enough. As you try and draw upon the divine to sort of add into Nekepso's prayers for the quieting of these spirits. At first, you're not quite sure how to connect to it since your magic comes from the occult and less so the divine. But after a minute or a couple seconds of focusing, you are able to sort of tap into that same energy, and between the two of you, a wash of energy fills the room. The clamoring sound of fighting comes to an end, and Ysir, that need to fight, seeing enemies all around you, fades as your eyes clear, and you lose a confused condition, and the encounter ends.
Ow.
Much better. More quiet. Oh. Oof.
Can I treat my wound?
Absolutely. Before you make that roll, as you guys take a moment to recover from this fight and begin tending to your guys' wounds for probably a little bit of time, that's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
That's good.
All
Stand
right.
up, stretch, do what you need, grab some water, and I'll see you all in a few.
This is what that was for a while. There we go.
All right, I did some woo-saws and grabbed a shiner. Hopefully our luck changes.
There you go.
I also decided we need some liquid luck.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I went and had a quick conversation with Mr. Foundry. Had a conversation about those rolls, told him to keep it up. So we wanted, right? So, as the skeletons lay destroyed before you and the magic affecting Ysir wears off, I believe some of you mentioned wishing to take some time to heal some wounds.
Yes, I will treat wounds on Apulo.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
I will search this room while they do that.
Okay. I thought that was you see her rolling a medicine check and actually succeeding it for once. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
no.
the UC rolls.
Oh boy.
There's what we know and love. All right. Unfortunately, Yasir, your healing does jack diddly squat, as per usual. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Why did it go on me too? With the treat wounds.
The treat wounds immunity,
Yeah.
you've had that for a little while.
Oh.
You've got about
okay.
40 minutes remaining on yours.
Ah.
Rialt's got about 40 minutes as well. So you guys could definitely take some time, if you wish. Wait for that immunity to run out and actually make sure you guys heal up to full.
Yeah, because I can't do I'm immune to treat wounds from anybody, right?
Yes, for an hour.
Yeah. Cool.
Nikepso, taking a look around this room, it's an entryway to the entire building. There's nothing that appears to be hidden from what you're able to find. You are able to understand ancient Osiriani, correct?
Yes, I speak and read it.
Yeah. Taking a look at the hieroglyphs on the wall, they proclaim to the estate to belong to the House of Pentheru, which you already knew, and also convey a variety of different sort of welcoming messages. There's welcome to all guests, a few invocations to the gods to bless all who enter here, and things like that. Pretty typical for what a manor like this would contain. Each of the skeletons did have a semi-rusted khopesh, a short bow, and some old arrows that you'd be more than welcome to pick up if you'd like to hold on to. You can probably at least sell them for some base coin down the line if you wished.
Yeah, we'll add them to the party stash.
Why not?
The Khopesh are all rusty and
They're still more than usable, but no real magic or anything, and you may wish
Okay.
to clean them up a bit before you use them. They have the
would
hidden
that be
curse tetanus.
worse than a long sword?
Khopeshes are interesting compared to longswords. They are a one-handed martial weapon, no matter what, that deal a d8 slashing. They don't have the sort of longswords versatile between piercing damage that it can do, but they do have the ability to trip on it. So you can, say, hold a shield in your other hand or something else and still attempt to trip enemies with a khopesh.
Okay.
One thing from last week, it was Apollo that wasn't here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did identify
Oh, yes.
the armor that we had. It is magical. I don't know if you want to use it or not. It's in this party stash.
Yeah. It is light armor, so it is a slight penalty to your current AC by about 1. It gives you a free action once per day to give yourself a +1 to your initiative roll, and it also slightly reduces the DC if you are bleeding to end persistent bleed damage.
And if you don't want it, it's fine. We can sell it. None of us wanted it.
Yeah, I might take a look at it when we get back to town. But that is good to know.
All right.
I'm gonna grab one of those Khopeshes though.
Sure. Do
Don't
you
know
guys
if I'll
want
use
to
it, but-
just take a while and give everyone time to heal?
Yeah, I mean, we can
Yeah, we
do
could
that.
Okay.
camp out here for a little bit.
Yeah. Does someone
It's been
want
a pretty rough couple of minutes.
Anyone want to roll to try and heal Nikepso before I skip ahead to when the immunity runs out for Ysir and Rialt?
I am not trained.
Where am I?
Now, I believe our trained people are Apulo and Ysir. The treating of wounds.
Wait, realistically, it's just a Pulo.
Realistically, it's just Apulo, yes. The gods have decreed that Ysir is to take life, not give it.
You can try.
I mean,
I trust you.
you're better at medicine than I am.
That's when you're looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
You gotta feel the soul of the dice.
I will use one for all.
To
And
aid.
diplomacy, you see her to like, you got this, bro. You're not gonna fuck it up. I trust you. And here's my
Ysir, I have
diplomacy
all
check.
the faith in the world.
I guess I shouldn't have him targeted.
No, you don't need to have him targeted.
Also have this.
Diplomacy.
You do not believe in him.
No, I believe in him, but it's just like
Hey,
He actually
Wasn't a dis-
succeeds for once in
it
his
wasn't a
life.
deception check.
Thank you very much.
8 health. Oh, that was not for you, Apulo. That was
Oh,
for Nekepso.
sorry. My bad.
Yeah, that was before our rest, so that you guys can
Yes.
Sorry,
heal
sorry,
each other
sorry.
again.
No worries. So we'll go ahead and pop forward another little while or so to where Ysir and Rialt are immune. If Apulo and Ysir, the two of you, would like to do a heal check apiece on whichever person you'd prefer. Just make sure you coordinate so you're both not trying to do the same one.
I will target myself on my own. I'll let Apulo treat Rialt here.
All right.
Please, I'm not steady with the practical medicine.
I won't use one for all. I don't want to overuse that.
Yeah. I mean, you can always attempt to aid
Oh no.
Ysir.
Oh.
Just wait till I get risky surgery.
Apulo. Goodness gracious.
Battle medicine.
You can if you want, but again, you guys aren't really in a rush right now, so you can just wait out the immunity if you'd like. You guys aren't in any immediate danger as far as you can tell. You can see that room to the east appears to be a bathroom of some sort. There's like a large tiled pool sitting in the center of the chamber.
I will kneel and pray. Anubis, please help us in our time of trouble.
Why don't we go ahead and just pop forward like 2-3 hours or so, and we'll say everyone can just heal themselves up to full and have no treat wounds immunity either. That way you guys are healed up, and also should another fight end and you desperately need to heal someone, you can just immediately attempt to treat wounds.
It's gonna
Jericho is Anubis in disguise.
it's gonna get real once I get risky surgery on these.
No.
That's going to be the best.
Do we get spell slots back for that too?
No, you only regain spell slots on the long rest. If
Long
you've
rest.
used focus points, you can refocus to regain those.
Alright, Rialt wants to go this way. I will follow him.
Let's go see.
Heading into this room, it appears to be again a bath of some sort. You can see that large pool. The tiled floor surrounding it does slope towards it. There are a few steps that sort of descend into the basin itself, which has a pretty deep-looking layer of sand that's accumulated in it. The walls have faded murals covering them, depicting scenes of life along a river. There's definite recurring themes of running water and aquatic life in the artwork. To the northeast by Uriel, you do see a sort of tarnished bronze spigot jutting from the wall just above head level. And there's archway to the north and a door to the east that you imagine, based off of building proportions, would lead outside.
Okay. And this looks like a lavatory.
Yeah, it's the toilet, from
Yeah.
what you can see from here. Privy, stone table with a basin against the other wall. I'm going to pause you right there because you're going to see something a little interesting. Above the basin to the east, shattered mirror. The floor itself is covered in broken glass and dead beetles. The privy you step up next to right there, Rialt, there is a headless corpse sitting upright in it.
I'm just casually searching this room that I was
Sure.
already in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably like pushing my spear into the sand inside the thing, dragging it around, trying to see if there's anything in there.
Yeah. Nothing actually catches your attention being in the sand itself, Nikepso. Something else does, though, that you weren't necessarily expecting. That sort of bronze spigot, you can see small runes engraved in it.
Uh-oh. The spigot over there has runes on it.
I mean, maybe it's.
Any of you magically inclined people able to identify that, or?
I can take a look. I actually might change my exploration thing to detect magic.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
starting to hit some more R's now.
If you want to be constantly popping detect magic, you're more than welcome to. You will detect the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Is it the spigot?
Perhaps. Great thing about detect magic, especially at this rank, it doesn't tell you.
I'll step back 29 feet, then 31 feet.
As soon as you step so the spigot is just barely out of range, the presence of magic vanishes.
All right. Well, I suppose nothing bad would happen from touching a magic spigot, so let me take a look at it and I'll see what it does.
Right. Famous words, those.
As he's checking it, you just hear,
Nothing bad ever happened from touching old magic.
Nothing
ahead.
bad will happen from touching a magic
Slowly
spigot.
backing out of the room.
Why is no one here anymore?
I'll
I
stand.
mean, that's my only reaction. Like, do it. You got to do it. Do what your character would do.
I mean,
Yeah.
Shay, are you trying to identify it, or are you just turning the knob?
No, I'm not turning it on. That'd be silly.
Well, excuse me.
Sorry, I was scared for my life when you asked that question. All right. I will. I'm gonna take my time. We're not in a rush. Just gonna read aura for a minute to give me a
Sure.
+2 bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. It is
And
in
then-
fact magical.
All right, I'm gonna do the thing where I try to find out what the magic is.
Sure. And just roll recall knowledge.
All right.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple enchantment as far as you can tell. The spigot has two little knobs on it, one that you would imagine for hot and cold water specifically, but from what you're able to tell, the spigot is one, the enchantment is not just on the spigot, it extends into the house itself. It seems like it was built as a part of the house and couldn't just easily be removed while retaining the magic. But it is just enchanted with the create water spell. So instead of needing to draw water from wells or anything, this would simply create it. And because of the nature of the magic, create water, whatever water it creates, will just dissipate after 24 hours. So, makes the cleanup from the bath real easy too.
Yeah.
Well, too bad we didn't figure this out before you rested for several hours, because we could have had a nice steaming bath, which would have been nice, but also really dumb in a situation as dangerous as this, I suppose.
In the pool filled with sand?
Yeah, just pull it. You've never had a mud bath? The voice in the sky?
The
Father
voice in the sky
Anubis.
feels slightly offended. And they're not sure why.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, what is that?
A corpse.
You could have said something, Riald.
Well, I mean, what do you, it seems like a, inappropriate thing to disturb someone.
Did you take off the head?
Of course, I didn't take off the head.
Was the beheading what killed him, or did he die to something else?
I don't know. It
Can
was
I
very
can I
embarrassing.
do a recall knowledge with medicine to?
Oh, by all means, you absolutely could.
Time to
You're
Time to
targeting
see how he-
Osir.
oh.
Osir.
Where's-
Untarget
where's
yourself.
There we go.
Try again.
Let's see how he lost his mind.
Somehow you rolled even worse. And that's honestly impressive based off of your first roll.
Is it like what is it wearing? Like armor or
The corpse appears just dressed in regular sort of clothing.
Okay. Is it skeletal already, or it's been a long ass time since?
Partially, yeah. You can give me a medicine check as well if you want to try and determine time of death, because it's not fully skeletal like the bones you fought already.
Oh, I'm not trained, but here we go.
Why not? Yeah, you don't need to be trained for this. You're still gonna roll better than everyone else who's rolled so far.
Oh my gosh.
Apulo, the check should be blind, and I did see your recall knowledge roll.
Sorry.
No worries. Your recall knowledge roll, you're targeting Rialt right now anyway, so it didn't actually roll medicine, it only rolled society there. So I'll give you that 19, because otherwise everyone rolled real awfully. You see, you rolled a 4 and then a 2, and Apulo, your first roll was a 3.
Oh, jeez.
Nikepso, you rolled a 10, which is great, but like you said, untrained in medicine is not going to be helpful very much. Taking a look at the body, Apulo, from what you're able to tell, it is not fully skeletal. From what you would estimate, probably about 3 years old, perhaps.
Suspicious. So somebody obviously was here more recently.
Perhaps its head is in the dining room now.
Yeah.
Was it the sand lady?
There are skulls in there.
You guys are also able to see a bit further north from where you are here, and it looks to be perhaps a kitchen of some sort from what you're able to see. All right, just moving past the chapel. I'm just trying to describe what you're able to see from where you are.
Oh.
You can move there. You don't have to.
No, I'll wait.
As a reminder, this room was that small chapel. You see, just climbed all over the desecrated shrine.
I mean,
Yes, I would like to identify what god this shrine is to.
Absolutely. Yeah, give me one moment to go over what you guys are able to see from the kitchen, and I'll go over that shrine in a bit more detail.
Wait.
With that kitchen, you can see to the north, you can see a pair of stone tables in the western wall of the room, another one to the southeast. Butcher's block to the northeast, almost collapsing under its own weight at this point. Large oven sitting in the middle of the northern wall. From what you're able to see where you are, Real, underneath that northwestern table, surrounded by smashed crockery, is a humanoid skeleton as well. And you can also, right here, you can see a large set of double doors, likely leading outside, like the ones you came in as well. And you can also just barely see another door in the kitchen as well, from around the corner.
Okay.
Taking a bit closer look at this chapel, Nikepso, especially since you can read ancient Osiriani, looking at the hieroglyphs on the wall, it seems the chapel was dedicated not to one deity, but 3, Abadar, Pharasma, and Sarenrae. And the All the hieroglyphs on the wall, many of which have been defaced at this point, list several just very common prayers to each deity.
Can we link the desecration to the sand creature? Does that mean
You can do whatever you want.
Is the desecration like sandblasting, or is it something that looks like it's been artificially
Interesting. Give me a perception check. I see what you're going for.
Yeah.
Do you detect magic in here, Shay?
Shay does not detect any magic in here. Taking a look at it, Rialt, the defacement, it definitely appears things have been knocked over, they've been partially destroyed. There's no signs of any, like, grains of sand or anything on the actual shrine or lodged in any of the destroyed carvings or anything like that, so...
Okay.
You struggle to believe, I think, that elemental would be responsible for this, but it's not impossible.
Could have been raiders or whoever the dead guy was.
Yeah, it could have been the corpse in the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
Guess I'll search the room just in case, but...
Yeah. You don't find anything. If you guys wanted, you could take a few minutes to sort of clean up the shrine. It wouldn't take too much effort, but...
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
think that's something that Kepso would do. Yeah.
I would definitely help clean up the shrine.
Yeah. Take a few minutes just to do what you can to set everything back in its rightful place, clean off the surfaces.
You should probably whisper the prayers that are written on the wall while I'm doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You are able to tell out of the three deities, it looks like the carvings place Abadar as sort of the most prominent one out of the three in this little shrine, but it is dedicated to all of them.
So maybe a merchant family. If they predominantly followed Abadar.
Shall we check the kitchen?
Sure. We'll move in and give the room a good look around.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if there's anything in particular about the body, the humanoid body.
Not a ton grabs your attention. The skeleton, all you can see that really catches your attention is like a heavily pitted and rusted dagger wedged between the skeleton's ribs. This one does not appear to animate or move at all when you approach, unlike the skeletons you've come across thus far.
Does the dagger match the age of the skeletal from the front hall?
Give me a crafting check.
Oh, I am so great at that. Hey, look at that.
Pretty good roll. As far as you can tell, the age definitely does match.
Okay.
Not this one, you'd say, though. You can see the blade, aside from being pitted and rusted, it's bent and damaged slightly, unlike those Kopeshes that you were able to take some of that time when people were healing up to clean and make them usable. You don't think this dagger would really be usable or worth anything.
Okay.
It's pretty brittle at this point.
I'll let everybody else look around.
Probably the cook.
Yeah. I'm just gonna poke my head out, look
Sure.
in the courtyard.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Very funny situation. You poke your head out, Rialt, and take a look into what you imagine might have potentially been a pantry for the kitchen. It leads outside, but it's small, empty, save for just dust and debris and empty shelves built into the walls.
Okay.
The hot air sort of rushes into you from the exterior as you open the door, having been inside for a while.
Okay. I've got to just step out and see if there's anything. Oh, there's quite the large courtyard out here, guys. I know we haven't finished looking everywhere around, but this is big.
Before you move out
Oh
there.
wow.
Actually, I'll say as you're stepping outside Rialt.
Yeah.
I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh, damn it.
As Ysir. Well, actually, we'll roll stealth for them as well on top of their initiative.
Was it me again?
Perhaps.
Ah.
To be fair, you were not the one who necessarily triggered it.
Right.
Here.
I was just looking outside to see if there was anything out here. There is.
You will actually notice in time, though, Ysir, as your favorite creature drops from the ceiling onto your head.
Oh, is it spiders?
It's the Silithugid again.
Oh.
Oh, the camel.
So it is going to land right here on the ground next to you, not
well, you'll
damaging
never be
anyone.
the same again, Ysir. I'm sorry.
Oh, Shay, you're back just in time. You're up first.
I had just
What'd you
been
guys
searching
do?
the kitchen.
Just open
I
the
was
door
just
to look
looking around the
outside.
kitchen, and then they all walked outside.
They went
I was
outside
just
and bad
opening
things
the
happened.
door. It was my fault. I did it.
Oh. Well, I guess I should see what the bad thing is. Oh, a spider. I'm not getting good. I kind of got sight. All right. Well, if that's the case, I am going to. Well, it always works on everything else. I'm gonna evil eye it.
Okay.
Give me a good old stare down.
It is going to fail.
Yes.
It will become sickened.
Excellent. And then, since I have succeeded in that, let's go ahead and also daze the
All right.
thingy.
Why not?
Do the thing.
Another will save, this time even worse. That is a critical failure. It will become stunned
Yes.
1
Oh,
and take
nice.
double damage
Right.
here.
All right.
Oof. Oh
I like
boy.
finding things with bad will saves.
12 damage to it and stunned.
Nice.
All right.
Apulo, that brings us to you.
All right. Well, let's start off with some courageous anthem.
All right. Everyone gained the benefit.
Thank you.
And then I will try to chop this spider in half.
Sure. With your, all right, the longsword hits. Go ahead and deal damage. And the benefit of being a martial bard is that will now make Courageous Anthem last 2 rounds instead of just 1.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Not that it'll probably matter. Saying this thing has been nearly instantly eviscerated.
It's still alive?
It is still alive after that strike.
All right, let's try it again.
All right. That's gonna hit because it is sickened and because you have Courageous Anthem.
Nice.
While a low damage roll, that will be more than enough to end its life.
Nice.
Huzzah. Now that that's out of the way, I just wanted to spook you all a bit.
Well done. Well done.
Mission
well done.
accomplished.
Taking
Yeah.
a look at this courtyard now that you're out here, Rialt. Pretty spacious. You can see several small stone outbuildings have been built right into the eastern wall of the compound. There's a well standing between two of them. Stone table and benches up near the building itself, kind of sitting in the shadow of the house. A couple sets of steps flanked by columns leading up to the doors that you know at this point lead inside. And that's pretty much it. You can see this part over here, this small little room, appears to actually be a sort of domed structure. And Rialt heads into there, and I need to know where everyone else is when Rialt steps there.
Oh gosh.
Rialt is just
still-
speed running.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not. I'm just kind of slowly walking. I don't want anything to jump out at everybody else.
I didn't
This
even
was
finish
literally
describing
like
that room.
I was puttering around searching the kitchen.
It was probably
They started fighting a spider. I was like, oh. And then I went back to searching the kitchen and they killed it. So I'm still in the kitchen.
Fantastic, yeah. As you step into this room, Rialt, you can see it's a small one-room structure devoid of any real features. It's got the ruined remains of furniture that have pretty much all but disintegrated with the passage of time in here.
Got it.
I'm also reading the description for the wrong room like a fool. But that's about the same for this place here. However, as you enter this place of dwelling, similarly to the entrance of the building itself, 3 skeletons will begin to construct themselves out of the pile of debris. However, these ones do not carry any weapons of any sort. Simply just pulling themselves up to their feet. And once more, I will need everyone to roll initiative. Oh wow, these skeletons are the opposite of the other ones. They're ready to fight.
Skeletons. More skeletons.
Can I roll recall knowledge on Slayer?
Absolutely. Yeah, since you've got your Undead Slayer, go ahead, roll that recall knowledge. What would you like to know?
Abilities again.
Abilities. Regular ass skeletons, from what you can tell. These ones aren't even equipped like the other ones that look like guards. These ones truly have nothing on them. This is the tried and true standard of what you would expect just a regular skeleton to be. No equipment or nothing.
Alrighty.
And go ahead and roll initiative as well, Apulo.
Oh, sorry, I thought I had.
No worries. There you go. All right. Nekepso, as you're puttering around looking through the kitchen still, taking a look at that dagger stuck in the corpse's ribcage, you hear Rialt from even further away outside now yelling, "Skeletons!"
There's 3 skeletons this way.
We can pretend we don't hear them.
How much? Whoa, where are they? Are they around the corner up here?
Yeah, they're even further away.
Right.
That's 20 feet away.
Oh, so let me do that. I can't end a move action on top of someone, right? So.
Correct. However,
Okay.
if you're planning on doing another move action afterwards, I allow you to sort of end the first action on their spot, since you're just
Okay,
gonna
I mean,
continue to move.
I still have 5 feet left. Can I go here?
Yeah, if you've got the 5 feet to move
They just
there.
won't let me around the corner.
Oh,
so I
that's
just wanna
fine.
Make sure that.
Ready, I'll do it for you. Ta-da!
Thank you.
Wahoo.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What have I done?
Oh, did it... You might have moved at the same time I did.
I'm gonna refresh real quick.
Did it create a duplicate of you?
Yeah, just sort of
Yeah.
hovering around.
That happens if you're in the midst of moving a token as the GM moves it. It just kind of freaks out. That's on me. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. You were trying to help me. Oh, all right. So it's over there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was one move action. guess I'll go here and throw. And I'll just dance, try and get some panache
Sure.
for later rounds. I got target. All right, let's see if my Wusa has helped. No, they did not.
Sorry, my telling Mr. Foundry to keep it up managed to interfere with that. I'm very sorry.
We're back up to 2 hero points, right? Or...
No. You only regain a hero point when you roll a natural 1 and at the start of a new session.
Oh, I keep getting you mixed up with another game. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. It is not the skeleton's turn because there is another creature that you all have not noticed yet, but is going to take this time to act. A large snake is going to make its way out from under the stone table towards you, Apulo, and is going to make a strike at you with its fangs.
Not a big fan of that.
Nor should you be, I suppose. Apulo, what exploration action were you taking? It says investigate, but I just want to check, were you investigating still, or did you want to be, like, were you planning to have your shield raised constantly?
No,
be
it
scouting?
would have been investigating.
Okay. Appreciate the fairness and honesty here.
Yeah.
That will be 18 points of damage to you as the snake sort of comes out from underneath the table where you aren't expecting it, bites into your leg, and I am going to need a fortitude save versus its venom. Yeah, you are entirely fine. As you feel it course through your veins, you just very quickly shrug it off. The snake here is actually going to use its last action to put itself into a coil, just sort of coiling itself up and keeping an eye out, paying attention to the rest of you, sort of preparing itself to strike, it looks like. That is going to bring us to one of the skeletons, who is going to stride themselves forward and try and smack you, Rialt.
Yeah, I will. If he's striding, I will hit him when he moves from here to here.
By all means, go for it. I always forget you're the fighter.
And I had not changed my weapons yet, so it's going to be with the Kopesh.
All right. That is a hit. And will deal a little bit of damage, not a ton.
Not a ton.
As they get into position, though, they are going to whiff their first strike on you, and they'll get one more.
Okay.
That is also going to miss. And Apulo, that brings us to you.
All right. I will start off by casting Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. That is a manipulate action. Because the snake here is coiled, that's going to trigger its reactive strike on you.
Okay.
It is going to, seeing you begin to move and focus on the spell, is going to dart forward once more, attempting to bite at you and interrupt the casting. It is going to hit you, but because it does not crit, it does not interrupt the spell.
Okay.
And I think you stay up at 1 hit point after that.
Just like I planned it.
Now here's the big thing. Can you make this fortitude save to not take damage and go down? Yes, you can. Fantastic. The spell will go off. You'll get your sanctuary up.
And then I would like to do some battle medicine on myself.
Sure. Absolutely.
Come on, 15. Roll a natural 15.
Get all those hero points back.
So is that in the treat wounds, and then I just have the choice of battle medicine?
That's correct.
Okay.
Fails by 1.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Alright, not quite managing to heal yourself, but you do get the magic off, thankfully, which will hopefully prevent yourself from getting targeted any further by this thing.
Is it possible to kind of like draw the snake's attention and make sure, like yelling at it and making myself big, even though I'm not actually attacking it or anything, but just try to keep its attention?
Sure, yeah, I'll weight the random roll of who it's going to target in your favor. Because it is not smart enough to recognize magic, or exactly what the effect of the magic you've cast is.
Sure.
Rialt, we got some skeletons going to attack you, though. This one's starting off.
Okay.
Just going to make a
Let's see
couple
it.
solid claw strikes into you. Missing all 3 strikes.
Awesome.
Fantastic. One more skeleton's going to pile into the fray, though.
Okay.
Making 2 strikes against you, and it is going to hit the first one. For
Okay.
4 damage.
Got it.
It's going to hit the second one as well. Wow. Just barely.
Just barely. Okay.
This time for 7 damage.
Okay.
But that is going to end their turn. Ysir, we're up to you. You
Well,
see many skeletons and a snake that has almost brought Apollo down to death's door near instantly.
if I can get to my spells, that should help. Cast heal. Better than nothing.
9 health. Back to you, Apollo.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go here, away from the snake and towards
Ysir,
other people.
you want to do something spicy here? On your next turn, open that door. I promise, nothing will go wrong.
I don't know about that one.
We're already fighting one snake. We don't need to fight a second one. The DM being the second one.
He's Anubis. You can
Hey.
trust him.
That's rude.
Especially since I'm out of heals.
Rialt, we are up to you.
Got it.
3 skeletons.
Okay, so let's do that same thing again, where let's interact to trade in weapons.
Sounds good. Switch over your Kopesh for the
The
flail,
I'm gonna.
and just start swinging wildly.
No, we're gonna raise that shield.
Oh, okay, I see how it is.
Yes.
Preparing yourself for the fight.
Right.
Trying to stay standing. Ugh.
Then we'll hit that guy.
Well, they're toast. $18 damage? Yeah, they're done.
Okay, cool. That's my 3.
Alright. Shay, we're up to you.
All right. Let me stride my way into this place.
Sure.
If it lets me get me through. Okay. 5, 10. Oh, there's the snake. All right. I will hang out right back here where I feel safest, and
Sure.
I will charm this snake with my 1-2 punch of glaring.
I'm not sure that's how charming works. It is going to
Yeah.
succeed.
Curse you. Which is exactly what I tried to do. All right. Well, if that's the case, then let me go
What
ahead
else?
and this is a scary snake, so I'm gonna try to make it worse at what it does. I'll
It's
illumine
pretty
it.
scary, especially when you look at it. You do not have the actions to ill omen.
Oh, you're
Sir.
right, because I strode.
You moved.
Shoot. Well, then I'll guide Apollo because I feel like that might be helpful.
Sure. Go ahead and
I
make sure you grab that
apologize.
spell slot back for Ill Omen.
All right.
And Apula, you can go ahead and grab that guidance.
All right. That's all I got for now.
All right. Then we are back to you, Nekepso. There's skeletons. There's a snake.
Yeah. Okay.
From what you're aware, the snake is going after you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing like, I don't know, like a dance to make the snake fascinated.
A snake charming dance?
Yes, just the sort of like snaky movements.
I
you
feel
know?
like on principle I should give you a bonus to this. I'm not going to, though.
Oh, how the turns have taken.
Come on. Holy crap. I will spend the hero point. I'm not going to demonstrate only incompetence.
Come on.
My character cannot come back from that.
There you go. That'll succeed. I really love how the critical fail for performance is just you demonstrate only incompetence. That's such a great wording.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that at Paizo, fantastic job.
So, I actually don't. All this time, I still don't really know what fascinating performance even does.
Nothing useful. Because fascination...
If you succeed, it's fascinated for 1 round.
Fascination is unfortunately by far the worst effect in Pathfinder. Because any hostile action against a creature who's fascinated breaks fascination. So, you did perform, you succeeded, so it is fascinated by you now. For 1 round. So fascinated will mean it's going to take a -2 status penalty to perception and skill checks, and cannot use concentrate actions unless the action will be related to you.
Okay.
The issue is any hostile action against the snake or its allies ends fascination.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, and if you're in combat because of fascinating performance, you have to critically succeed to actually fascinate it. And it becomes incapacitation. Just to make the feat even worse. And a 23 will not critically succeed, so it would not become fascinated by you.
Okay.
God, I really wish fascinating performance were better.
Alrighty. I will throw a Chakri at it.
Okay.
No, I will not use Finisher. Okay.
That sounds like a hit to me.
Damage, precise strike should be on. Because I am within my first range increment. Okay. For 6 damage.
Very nice. That'll absolutely injure it.
And then I will throw a second one, I guess.
Why not?
And I will miss.
That one's not going to do it, unfortunately.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. That's going to bring us back to the snake. Now, I did say we are waiting in favor of Apollo because of Sanctuary on him. So I'm going to do this roll. I'm going to do that. Okay. It is going to focus its first attack on you, Apollo.
Okay.
So, with how Sanctuary works, it is going to have to make a will save here against your spell DC as it targets you with an attack. And what is your spell DC, if you don't mind me asking?
That is 17.
17, okay. That is a failure on its part, which means it not only wastes the action, it cannot attempt further attacks against you this turn.
Huzzah!
So instead, it is going to slither over to here on the ground and coil itself up once more in preparation to bite at someone. Apulo, we're up to you, as it basically did nothing for its turn aside from ready itself.
All right. Give everybody courageous anthem.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I do courageous anthem and guidance on somebody? Would they get 2+1s?
They would not, because it's a status bonus either way, and
Cool.
those will not stack with one another.
No worries.
Ysir and Nick,
I
so don't forget to grab that
will-
courageous anthem.
Okay. Sorry, I checked out mentally for a moment.
No worries.
Did it attack me or?
No. Apulo
okay.
is just granting courageous anthem to people.
Bring up my magical shield.
All right.
Did it coil up again?
It did.
Okay.
And then I'd like to keep its attention on me somehow. But I don't want to actually attack it because then my sanctuary goes away.
Right. I'd say if you wanted to use an action and give me a... I'd say either intimidation or performance, I will allow that to sort of weight the odds heavier towards you.
Okay.
This is a creature, so it is going to still choose what... It's going to attack who it can, so even if its attention is on you, if someone else would trigger its reactive strike first, it will use it on them.
Sure. I will use intimidation to try
Sure.
to...
You could also, if you wanted, you could do something like an interact action or a move action if you wanted to try and waste its reactive strike on you.
Yeah, actually, I'll do that.
That would be an interesting use of your action.
Like moving down here, would that
Yeah.
treat us?
Absolutely. I would also then give Nikepso flanking. So it is going to attempt to attack you. It's going to give that will save. It is going to succeed this time, though, so that I believe allows it to attack you. Here. Yes. So it is going to get a strike off on you with its fangs. And it is going to hit just barely with that shield up for 7 damage. You can choose to block that with your shield to reduce it if you'd like.
I still will go down, though.
Alright, that does break the shield off.
Oh, no, I got healed. Never mind. I'm at 8.
Yeah, you're at 8 now. And you've got a pretty solid chance of surviving the venom.
Well, I got 1 hero point left.
Up to you if you'd like to use it. Alright, that is a success. Don't forget, if you want to hero point something, you can just right-click it in chat, and there's a reroll using a hero point option, typically, as long as you have the hero points.
Gotcha.
And that'll automate it for you. But a success will mean you take no further damage. The snake loses its coiling and is no longer a threat with a reaction anymore. That's going to bring us to the 2 remaining skeletons. Ariel, they're just going to focus heavily on you. You are intruding on their
Right.
home, and they don't like that.
Oh, I'm just standing right here waiting for you.
The first one's going to miss all its attacks. Second one is going to move into this space with a stride if you'd like to reactive strike
Oh,
it.
let's just
And that'll be this one.
pummel that guy then. Let me target that
Why
guy.
not? Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
The dice not in your favor with that.
Not
it's
in my
gonna,
favor today. Okay.
It's going to move there, but it is only going to get 2 strikes on you.
Okay.
You've been absolutely baited with that reactive strike, because now you cannot shield block the damage.
That's
6 points to you. And that's it.
Okay.
Making room for another one.
Shh. Don't call out my plans like that.
I'm not worried.
All right. Yasir, that's going to bring us to you.
I can see this one here.
You can.
Yep.
If you use a ranged attack on it, it's going to have lesser cover because Rialt's in the way.
Vitality Lash ain't no range attack.
Shh! Don't put ideas in his head. Stop it.
But I also want to turn something into a skeleton. That'll be funny too.
Well, that's what the snake is there for.
You just want to cleanse something? Is that what
I
you're saying?
do. Yes.
I feel like I should find it mildly disturbing how often Flens gets taken in my games. Does that say something about players? Does it say something about me? I don't know.
No.
Well, I'm going to try this.
Oh boy, we're coming up to Flens the snake.
Oh.
That is a hit. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. 7 points of flensing damage. Alright. As you strip away the scales from the snake. I want you to know that was very rude. How dare you do that to my snake?
Well, it is hurting an ally, so trying to
Rialt,
give him an extra target.
that'll bring us to you.
I will raise my shield, and then I'm going to make a vicious strike on this one that just moved with the
Why
flail.
not?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the dice
Oh.
were not in your favor, my
Not
friend.
working for me. Okay, that's my 3.
All right, you were specifically trying a vicious swing there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, Shay, that brings us back to you.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and try to daze a snake. Doesn't have great will. Nope. Again.
Dazing the snake? Why would you do such a thing?
That's all I got. And also, the dice won't roll nice for us.
That's
Um,
fair.
That didn't go well.
Did
All right,
not.
that was 2 actions.
Go ahead and roll damage. It is a basic
Oh,
save, so
right,
it'll still
right,
take
right.
half.
I
Get a
was
good
forgetting
roll
that.
for us, for the people. That's not a good roll. What did I tell you?
Absolute minimum. All right.
Oh,
well,
no.
you know what? It didn't work last time, but this time I do have the action to actually do it. So I'm just gonna stare at it menacingly.
Evil eye it once more.
Yeah, Shay has one move, and it is literally just stand far away and stare at something.
I really do want you to know, it's not that this guy's will save is really good, it's just that he's rolling really stupidly well against you.
I really appreciate that salt that you just you just rubbed really hard against the wounds.
You're welcome. I try. This is because I, Jericho, have a favorite creature, and that is a snake, so you dare kill one in front of me?
We're eating the snake as soon as it's dead.
Well, that depends if it's not just bone after.
Well,
One
Tepso,
action,
that brings us to you.
put my other hand back on the sphere.
Sure.
Sure, I will attempt a finishing strike.
All right. That sounds like a hit.
Damage. Okay, so Yep, everything is correct.
Ooh, and
Nice.
a good roll. 14 points of piercing damage. That snake is almost dead. Stop it.
And then,
Would you like to demonstrate incompetence once more?
I'll target one of the skeletons.
All right. Recognizing they've got a lower DC, absolutely.
And dance. This time I do a spooky, spooky skeleton dance.
I just like the idea of you poking a snake and turning around, and dancing towards
Oh,
these
I
skeletons.
should have done perform, but
No worries. A 13 against a skeleton is a success. So your panache will be back up.
All right, so I don't need to get rid of it. And yeah, that's everything for me.
All right, we're back to my snake's turn. It's time to kill someone. The gloves are coming off. You dare hurt my snake. This cannot be tolerated for very long. First strike against Apulo. So we're going to make our will save here because you do still have Sanctuary up.
Yep.
It is going to
Jeez
succeed,
Louise.
though. It is going to make a successful bite against you, and it's going to miss. No, Gabe, why do you hate me? Let my snake kill someone. Nikepso, die.
Oh,
Minimum damage, let's go. 4 piercing to you.
okay.
But more importantly, give me a fortitude save, good sir. Be poisoned. Die. That's so rude. Why would you do such a thing? Have you ever considered just how mean that is to me? Oh, your charmed life turned it into a success. Come on. Very nicely done.
The scales are finally turning in our favor.
With its last action, the snake is going to coil itself up once more. Apulo, we're back to you.
All right. Start off with some Courageous Anthem for everybody.
Sure thing.
So its coil would be just if I move, not if I attack, right?
So a general reactive strike will trigger on a move or a manipulate or a ranged strike.
Okay.
An attack with a weapon you already have out will not trigger a reactive strike. A normal one, at least.
Lovely. Well, I'm gonna try to kill it with my sword.
By all means. Don't let me stop you.
Jeez.
Hey, that's a free hero point for you, though.
I will take that hero point. And now that my Sanctuary's down, I might as well just try to kill it.
Yeah, might as well.
Get him.
No, stop it. Don't do this to me. My snake is a good boy. No. He dies.
Yay.
The snake is no more.
It's gonna be
No.
one tasty snake later.
It's okay, slithering on the farm we sent him to, okay?
All right, that does it for your turn, Apulo.
And then sorry.
All right, Real,
And then,
you got
everybody
6
take
skeletons
a
coming at you.
Let's see it.
What, Apulo?
No.
Okay. Strike 1, misses. Strike 2, misses. Strike 3, misses. First skeleton, useless as usual. The second skeleton's where the money's at, though.
See? Let's see.
I don't. This is the only skeleton that has actually hit you.
No. What is
4
he doing?
damage.
I'm gonna-
Is it the top one or bottom one?
It's
top
this
one.
one.
Oh, is
No,
it this one?
this one misses every time.
Okay, good.
The one
I'm
you've
gonna
been
kill-
trying to hit recently is the only one that's hit you. And it's going to go
Okay.
again. It's going to miss. It's going to go again. It's going to miss. All right.
Okay,
I'm killing
We
you
have-
4 damage at a time.
that's it.
We
Yes,
have
sir.
Courageous Anthem again, right? Because he
Yes, you should have Courageous Anthem.
hit somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah. He's basically casting it every turn.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
Get thine effect. Buff yourself. It is your turn, Yasir.
And then, speaking of us, we'll just go ahead and cast it now. Tell everyone.
I thought you were flensing the corpse.
No.
You could.
I could, but I'm not.
Alright. Go ahead and put that aura on yourself.
Be on everyone within 15.
Yay!
Alright. Then, Rialt, we are up to you.
Okay.
I still have one more action.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I should also ask Yasir, do you really wish to cast Bless? It is giving a status bonus to attack rolls, which is what Courageous Anthem is doing.
Oh, they don't stack?
No, because they're both status bonuses. They
Oh.
will not stack with one another.
Then I will not cast it.
Okay. Bless would be the sort of good thing to cast when Apollo does his Hymn of Healing on someone, since he can only have one composition spell active at a time. If he wants to be giving someone that fast healing, you could bring a Bless up, since he would not be able to cast Courageous Anthem during that time.
Well, then I will Vitality Lash on the one that is hurting. Actually connecting to Rio.
The one that's being useful?
Yes.
Alright, it is going to fail. It'll take full damage here. And that's absolutely more than enough to end that skeleton's existence.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Now you've got one more action.
Also, I'm gonna go. You know what? Right here.
Alright. That may have been a mistake on your part, but hey, you have to make mistakes to learn. Real, you're up.
Okay, let's raise that shield
Okay.
and strike with the flail. Oh my gosh.
That
We'll
hero
try
point
us. I don't have a hero point. Oh,
No,
I get a
you
point
get-
You
back.
gain one now,
There we go.
and that'll
Okay.
hit.
That'll hit. Big roll.
Ooh, 11 points of damage. That is going to be enough to send that skeleton scattering.
Okay. Okay, I promise not to walk anywhere anymore.
Let's open that other door real quick.
No.
Right away.
I would like to step back this way.
Oh, there are a lot of bones there.
I like how Shay had no idea what was going on in there.
As soon as something comes up from behind us, I am dead.
Rialto's gonna take an elixir out of his pouch and drink it.
Sure.
Hey. Okay.
Did Yasir just successfully heal someone?
I did. It was on Apollo.
Apollo, you get
Thank you.
4 health.
Thank you, thank you.
As, that takes about 10 minutes. Apollo, you could spend that time treating wounds on Rialt as well if you'd like.
Let's do that.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, that is not gonna do it.
You know, I just got that hero point.
You want to use it there?
Yeah.
We're ending session right now, so do it.
Yes.
All right. I know I told you about rerolling using a hero point in chat. When it comes to something like this that you've done from a basic action macro, just manually reduce the hero point and reroll it through the macros. Otherwise, it sort of breaks when you reroll what's been put in chat.
No problem.
It's a little weird.
Can you take the immunity off of him?
Oh, yeah, it's not letting you target him.
Yeah, no worries.
There you go. Oh. Well, still immune, but uninjured. As
I'm
you
gonna
guys
look down the well as we end the session.
You're looking down the well as we end the session. Are you more upset if I have something or if I don't have something in the well?
That's up to you, my friend.
All right. Well, as you look down the well, all you see, at the moment at least, is sand.
Okay.
But as you take a minute to look down the well as Ysir and Apulo focus on healing people up and everyone takes a bit of a rest, it is about 1 in the afternoon in-game time. And I want to remind you guys, because I know some of you were mentioning getting low on resources, you don't have to spend the entire day going through here. If you want to retreat for the rest of the day, rest, come back freshened the next day, you always can. You're more than welcome to. As you guys take a minute to catch your breath, though, that is going to be where we end the session for tonight.
Cool.
So, thank
That
you
was
all
awesome.
so much for playing.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you next
Have a
time.
good one.
Yeah, have a good one.